Chandra, thank you so much for talking to us today.
No problem.
You know, the character you play in Dr. Bailey, I mean, she's lovely in some respects and nurturing, and she's hard too. Did you have anyone like that as you were learning your craft that was, whether a teacher or a tutor or anyone like that?
Sure. She actually is the culmination of a couple of teachers of mine and a lot of my mom.
Oh, wow.
In her disciplinarian mode. It was something really important to the character of Dr. Bailey, since they did call her the Nazi, to figure out how to justify that for me, and it all had to be about demeanor, and I adopted that demeanor from teachers who had control of their classroom first,
yes.
And then they were able to teach once the control was there.
I tried to do that with my kids. It just doesn't work with children, does it?
It doesn't work all the time. Or you try and then you give up, and you give in.
Put them on the naughty step. No,
No.
Do you still stay out? Because, on the show, there's a group of friends that are battling it out together. Do you still stay in contact with those people you battled with, in the first part of your career?
Oh, goodness, yes. People that I went to college with. I even still have quite a few of my high school friends where, we still keep in touch over the phone and get together at the holidays when we're all home together. Oh, that's really important to me to hold on to those relationships.
And you mentioned your mum before. Is your mum the kind of mum that will phone you and go, I don't like what your character's doing?
No, she hasn't. But it's interesting. She never speaks directly to me about the show. Oh. But the reason I know she talks about it is because everybody else in the family knows everything, or friends of hers. Like, everybody knows all the news that's going on. So she's got to be speaking about it. She's just not doing it to me.
I'm telling you about it. Yeah. Did she make you do things when you were growing up? Did you do all the classic things like ballet and piano and all of those things?
Starting at age 4, my mom decided that she was not going to have an idle child in the house, so I started taking dance lessons on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then I was in acting classes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I was also modeling on Saturdays, and that was my childhood, all of those after-school activities every single day.
Are you an only child, or do you have other brothers?
I was for 17 years. Oh, my sister and I are 17 years apart. Yeah.
That was a surprise, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. It's like get one out to go on to college and then start over again. Yeah.
I'm a working mum and you're a working mum. And I know when you first leave your baby at home to go back to work, it can be quite heart-wrenching, and other people don't see that in the workplace, and some people don't understand.
Right.
Did you feel that? Did you feel, sort of that pull of, I want to be at home with my baby?
I've always brought my kids with me wherever I go.
Yes.
So the tug for me actually came when they started school, and they would go to preschool, and they would look at the door and they would say bye, and I would feel like, what do you mean bye? Don't you want me to stay in the room? Do you really want me to? Yeah. So that's when my separation anxiety came.
Yeah, that's so true, isn't it? But that means that they're happy. If they can just say bye
and be comfortable, and they were prepared, and knew what school was going to be like, and they were okay.
Do you know how much is going to happen? How far ahead do you know what's going to happen in the show?
Goodness, when we finally get to read the script that we're about to shoot, we're getting them blind now. We get them that day. So we're just, kind of reading it cold. And, usually in the beginning we would have a chance to, have a few days to read it over and, be able to speak fluidly.
Yeah.
No, it's all cold now.
So you must have got a lot better at memorizing lines, because that sounds like a nightmare.
It's a big challenge. That's one of the challenges of the job, and even more so, just understanding emotionally where the characters' journeys are, and then having to memorize on top of that. So you kind of have to say, okay, it's really more important to know where I'm coming from, and then if I just have to sit and run the lines for an hour before the scene in order to have it, that's okay. But we don't have the luxury of doing the memorization and then figuring out what it means.
Yeah. Do you go to a quiet place to do all this?
And where is that?
I was hoping for you,
Like, maybe right outside the trailer door or something. I try. Or actually my best time to look through my scripts is at night, like around midnight or so, when everyone else is asleep, and I can just really sit there and try to hear what the journey is in the lines.
Yeah, and they say night is good because you go to sleep thinking about it.
Exactly. That's what I keep thinking, that I'm going to sleep and I'm memorizing as I'm asleep.
Yeah. We look forward to seeing lots more of you on the show this season.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for talking to me.